gay, like homosexuality is like related or whatever. Like a lot of people were like angry. I remember I got in like a huge debate with my cousin. My cousin is from like Canada, and we're like not on speaking terms anymore because
oh my god,
not because of this. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why though.
This is juicy.
Yeah, so
give me the tea.
I'll spill the tea. Yeah, my cousin, she's like they're from Canada, and Canada is like a really cool place. Like I love going to Canada. I've been to Toronto a couple times.
They got the poutine.
Yeah, they got the poutine.
They got the mises.
What's mises?
It's plural from moose.
Mises.
Seriously?
I just made that up.
No, that's I was like, what the fuck are you talking
What
about?
the fuck?
Mises.
Mises. Have you guys been to Canada?
I haven't yet.
You
I'm
have?
trying to go to Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto is amazing because it's like a huge city, and it's like a clean version of like New York City. Like there's no crackheads on the streets yelling and rats.
Oh yeah, I heard Toronto's like pretty dope.
Yeah, it is dope. They have like I went to the Michael Jordan store, which is dope as hell as well. They have like these statues made out of like Jordan sneakers and stuff. Anyway, so Toronto's really cool. Canada's really cool, but they're like super uber like progressive and like liberal, right? So my cousin is literally like, she's really annoying. She's kind of like the annoying one in the family, and she's like tells people what to do, and like if you don't agree with her, it's like, you know, there's like certain subjects.
You're canceled.
Yeah, there's like certain subjects you don't like bring up. And we were talking about that because around that time I was there, and we were talking about like Kevin Spacey or whatever. And I told her like, well, in my like basically I was like, hey, like yeah, like, you know, like I'm not saying it's related, but why is he basically like he was doing like pedophilic acts, and then he came out and was like, oh yeah, I'm gay, that's why I did it. So is that related? And she got like super offended and was like, no, that's not true, whatever. And I was like, I kind of like poked the bear a little bit because I was like, well, what's funny is that all of my friends that are lesbians, I mean, this was true at the time, not anymore, I don't think, because I have another lesbian. Well, I don't know. I haven't had this conversation with that lesbian friend, but I was like, all the girls that I know that are lesbians at one time or another were like molested or something, or they were like touched and they were like kissed by their uncles or some shit.
What the fuck?
But yeah, like it was true. Like my lesbian friends, like they like, I don't know if it was their choice or whatever, that not obviously their choice they're molested, but I told that to her and she got like super offended and like wouldn't talk to me, and I had to like calm her down or whatever. And
like relax.
Yeah, relax or whatever. But yeah, it's like super like offensive or whatever. Like that even happened now when like if you guys don't really keep up with politics or whatever, but that new Supreme Court justice is being like sworn in, and she called people, instead of saying sexual orientation, she said sexual preference, and the judge was like super like, well, I need to correct you. The word sexual preference is very offensive and outdated, and basically like just like scolded her for like 5 minutes or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
So I think it's kind of like all related or whatever. But you guys have an opinion about that, about gay people being molested or whatever and getting fucked by your uncles? I don't know if you ever got fucked by your uncle or anything.
No.
Why do you look at me?
Yeah.
You always come with the hot stories. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Every lesbian friend you have?
Well, not anymore. Like I said, I have, and we know the lesbian friend.
Crazy.
We know the lesbian friend I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't think she's.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she's molested or whatever. But I don't know. It was just a funny coincidence. But the
Coinkydink.
a coinkydink. Coinkydink. Yeah. The reason she stopped talking to me though is because I was posting like Eddie Bravo conspiracies. Like Eddie,
Yeah.
Like
didn't I
you.
tell you this?
No.
I thought I told you this. Or I told you guys, but
I don't remember this.
okay. So like around the coronavirus, like the beginning, like in March and April and stuff.
Yeah, infantile stage.
Yeah, the infantile stage when we didn't know what the fuck was about to happen. I follow Eddie Bravo, and he was posting on Instagram statistics for like coronavirus of like how many people die from the flu, how many people die from this, how many people die from coronavirus.
She got butthurt.
I basically posted that on my story, and she DM'd me and was like, "Are you serious right now? Are you really posting this? Do you understand the ramifications if someone sees this and how like hurt or offended they can get. Like literally, that's what she said. And
What about what? I don't understand.
She's so touchy.
I don't know, dude. She said I literally posted the coronavirus death statistics. I literally posted it on my story, and the post was implying that this is how many people die from coronavirus. This is how many people die from.
Yeah, not as much as the flu or something.
Yeah. And she was basically telling me like what to post on my fucking social media. So it's been like years, and I just had it, and I was like, you know what, like, I basically like in like long term or long words, I said like just fuck off, like don't come to me and tell me what I can post on my story.
Yeah.
Like we're all going through this. Don't try to. She's just like one of those like woke warriors, like super like
Cancel culture.
super like progressive and like virtue. Like I know what's right for everything, and she wants to tell everyone what to do. And like she literally like blocked me on like Instagram and like WhatsApp and shit. And it's like I don't care. It's like whatever.
Yeah, people are definitely sensitive nowadays. You have to be careful what you say.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, honestly, otherwise, you get canceled and you shun people and like you lose your job.
Can't
Like,
say anything anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't post anything about politics or whatever because
No, you can't.
yeah, because my stepdad, he's like a boomer. He's like a super like doesn't care. Like I feel like he doesn't know how to use social media because he just posts like anything he wants. And in Brazil, so we're Brazilian, right? Do you know the Brazilian president Bolsonaro?
I heard he's kind of like Trump.
It's pretty much what happened in Brazil is the same thing that happened with us. Like what happened with us in 2016 with like Trump taking over, and then like it was like a very tense like political like people arguing and shit online. That happened in Brazil 2 years later in 2018. And people basically like families wouldn't talk to each other if you posted like certain things about politics or stuff. And that happens here. Like if people are like, oh yeah, I'm a Trump supporter and da da da, and then like people get angry, and then if you post the other thing like yeah, Biden, Hillary, I snipped their panties. People get like upset or whatever and like don't talk to each other. So he literally like has a whole bunch of like family members from like Rio that like don't talk to him anymore because he posted like pro Bolsonaro stuff and like shit. Yeah.
that's the thing that bothers me is like if it's like the shunning or like the like the total like disconnect. Like okay, you have different views than I do. You're dead to me. It's like, geez,
we can't talk.
Like,
right.
We can't debate.
We don't have to talk about that subject specifically. Like, I have friends that I'm like, will not go into certain subjects with because I'm like, oh, you're gonna be upset at me and like stop talking to me. So I'll just, which is dumb. And it's like, I like hanging out with you, but I don't
like
know
him
why
as a
you're so
friend.
sensitive about this thing.
I have the same thing. I don't want to talk to him about fucking politics because I know what
Right.
side he's on, and we will not agree on certain things. Some things we will, but some things we don't. And I like him as a friend. I don't want to talk. I don't want to ruin that.
Yeah.
What sucks is when you have that friend or whatever who like persists on it and like wants to talk about
it's
it
like, dude.
or like wants to change your mind or whatever and is like, all right, dude, like let's keep our fucking friendship or whatever. Because there's just some people who feel like they're leading the charge, right? They're like, I need to like
let everyone know how
I need to like
feel.
proselytize to people or whatever, and like I know you have friends like that too. I know who you're thinking of. So
No, I mean, yeah, it's just funny because it's like makes it just like where if it ever goes onto that subject, I'm just like,
Yeah, I try and change the subject
crazy.
immediately. I try and change it immediately.
It just gets really boring.
It's so
It's
for
like-
me, just because I'm like,
it's like almost like sports, right? Like there's certain people like, oh my god, like I'm a huge Cowboys fan or like Yankees. It's like
Start
those,
talking about the season. Like I don't fucking know.
yeah, they start talking about it and they start arguing. I've literally gotten arguments where like about Tom Brady. Not arguments, like I just bring up like Tom Brady. He's like the best ever, whatever. And then
Look at his stats.
my friend who like doesn't, my friends who like didn't like Tom Brady were like, "Are you fucking serious? Like no way."
See, I don't get that because if they don't look at any facts or statistics. I mean, he's got the most fucking Super Bowls.
I just don't. I don't know. I just don't have time for that stuff. I have a lot of friends who are super into sports, and they're like, know stats of like they do fantasy football. They know all the stats of all this.
I was just talking to my friend about that.
Time.
How annoying that is when people know all the fucking stats and stuff.
I used to be like that.
And it's just like, dude, I don't fucking care
I
how
mean,
many assists LeBron had in 2017, or they recall like college stats.
Yeah,
and like,
it's insane.
what the fuck?
Like I
You have nothing
I know
better
it
going
doesn't
on?
really bother me, but it's just like when they start talking about it, I'm like,
I zone
wow, that's so much time you spent learning these things.
I zone out.
I enjoy sports, but like when I was
Not
like
to that level though.
when I was like in middle school, I was like oh yeah, this player did this many tackles.
Yeah, but that's like a phase you have, whatever.
Yeah.
I had friends like that, but like if you're still, you're like at our age,
like a
and you're
grown man.
Yeah, like
grown
I
ass
was like
man, you're
learning
like,
every
LeBron
Pokemon.
had 14 assists in 2015. Like, no one
I had
cares.
every holographic card
Jesus Christ.
You had every holographic card.
for what?
Pokemon cards.